Peace, bliss, and love you all. It's ChiVital, aka King Chi, and I'm back with another tool for your toolkits. I am ready to rock and roll. I'm just switching it up a little bit, changing the cams, see if we can get something going here, a little different flow, whatever. I'll wait for you to come on. Today, I just want to talk about truth seeking, shadow work, and drop off two mantras that'll be powerful for your work. Y'all know I like to come through with the cleanup crew. All right? What up? What up? How amazing was last night? It was such a beautiful gathering. It was really, really a beautiful gathering, and I hope you all enjoyed that. I enjoyed being with you all last night and some of the special guests. All right. So this video shouldn't be too long, but it should be fun. Let's have a conversation. So as you jump on, hashtag Kalima, hashtag shadow work, shout out to the Occult College, HOC family, the Chi gang, what up, what up? Shout out to Dark Lordism crew. Jump on, thumbs up this video. If you're new, welcome to the channel by House of Chi. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn your bells on for the notifications. What happened to the notification squad? What happened with y'all? Is there a notification squad still active? Still active and doing their thing, making sure everyone knows what's up, classes in session? Oh, hey, Jenny D. What's up? What's up? Welcome. Welcome. All right, let's see. We got Jackie in the building, Cheryl's in the building, Master Key, Crystalline, Electric Lioness. How are you? Hi, Alex. What's up? What's up? What's up? Ancestor worship. Can't go wrong with that. You find the right ancestors and give them enough sauce. They do some work for you here in this plane. All right, see Tanya. What's up with these likes? What's up with these likes? Peace Trey, welcome. So I love these pens. They're so simple, they're comfy, and they write well. So for those of you who order your ouds, your baths, your goodies from myself on hocwellness.com or from Terrain at Ujira on Etsy, you get these cool pens. Because we're doing so much work and we often tell you get new pens or new pencils to do your work, and we cover some of the same deities by going in depth, you can start to collect your pens and put a label on them and give them to whichever deity you are working with at the moment so that you can continue to use that pen specifically for that work. Now you have ritual pens, you see? Peace and welcome, Trinity. I like that. So everyone who ordered, your stuff has been sent out. I love y'all. I really can't wait to see what you think about the new stuff that I made and put out. But I'm about to get started. We have enough people here and present. All right, so we're talking about shadow work. I talk about shadow work all the time because it is the crux of mental health. When I think about my journey and becoming more clearer about who I am, which to me is the truth. Okay, I want to talk about. I am talking about depth of vision today. When we seek the truth, we are seeking to remove the layers of what is in front of us so that we can get to what is pulling us. All right. I want to use the analogy that the truth is much like the sun in the sky. It is a thing that has our attention. It's calling to us. It's magnetic. It doesn't matter where it is. Once the self knows, it becomes the focal point for doing whatever work you're doing. Some of you have experienced trauma on different varying levels, whether it's through violence, through neglect, through abandonment, through other forms of truth for you. That while the sun monopolizes your vision, and these are great words from my very own womb goddess, okay? Stars twinkle in the sky. And I will often go back to this because it is very easy for us to stay pretty 1-2 dimensional with the vision of who we are. Who are we developing? What are we striving for? And while the sun is beautiful, I love the sun so much. It's bright, it's warm. It's like the most popular star in the sky, right? Everyone's looking to the sun. And whoever you're looking to, because I also encourage you to find someone or something that inspires you so that you can have a vision to work with. That is the sun for the moment. But understand that there are stars in the sky that are brighter and more powerful than the sun that you can see. And the reason why you can't see that or realize that from where you're standing is only because of your distance from those stars. But imagine that the closer you get to what is calling you, is the more apparent that that star becomes to your vision. Does that make sense? What I want to talk to you about is depth of vision. All right? Depth of vision is the root of wealth energy. When we think of getting rich, we think getting rich quick. We gain things, it surpasses our idea of what could be, what could manifest in the immediate gratification sense. But when we dig and we clear out and we purify and we revamp and we revise, then we get closer to what is going to be a wealth plan. Wealth for your health, wealth for your mentality, wealth for your spirit, wealth for your livelihood. You get clearer and clearer. I'll give you an example of being able to see the self and revise oneself in a very honest and clear way. So earlier, before I started to prepare myself to share with you all, I have my own self-care practice. And I sat in my meditation, I did my sounding, I did my mantras. And while I was sitting there, all of these things were coming to me. Okay, beginning with this concept of there are so many other stars in the sky that are so much brighter than the sun, but I'm not aware of them yet. And how does that relate to me in my life? Then I started to think about black holes. I started to think about the healing process. How does that relate to us as above, so below? I started to think about wormholes, because these were things that were coming into my awareness through the meditation. And so I was like, this is pretty deep. This is pretty deep. Then I started to think, well, when there's a solar eclipse, from my experience, I've never seen the sky go all the way black to like it's a night sky. And so there must be something else producing light besides the sun. But before I came before you to say, oh, let's talk about this. Let me just get in my conscious bag. I had an epiphany. This information came to me. I'm aware of something now. There's something for me to explore. Before bringing it forward, I wanted to review and revise, ask questions, challenge what came to me in these meditations against what is truth, what has been researched, what is in theory, what is practical, what is still a question, and has research matched what is it? You know how science is catching up with spirituality? Have they met up yet? Have they met up yet? And why that was important for me to do is because a lot of things can sound good when they're given to you, especially on when you're thirsty for knowledge and wanting to seek and find a place where there seems to be more truth because you can relate to it. And unfortunately, we don't always realize that we can relate to a lot of bullshit as well. Just because it just makes sense. Sounds good, makes sense. We can relate to it. And so we see it as truth. But what you're doing and activating with working with Kalima and these types of mantras that have been tried, that have been put to work, that people are living examples of this work, is that you will begin to do subtle things like that will change your behavior and get you closer to what I recognize as opening the third eye. And not just this piece here in the pineal gland, but the third eye that exists here in the depths of your heart. Your heart is attuned to a lot of the gunk that's around it at first when you start this. And so even what you think your heart desires is looking through murky filters. So what you speak of coming from the heart, what you're thinking coming from the heart, what you touch and the way you touch coming from the heart is not yet refined until you do enough work to get to that level of truth. And it's not going to happen overnight. And it's not going to be a beautiful thing. I mean, when we're changing filters, if you ever really took a long time, or you're the first to care to change the filter on any type of device that needs a filter, you'll know when you pull the filter out, you're like, oh, it's an air filter. You wonder how much real clean air ever was getting through that filter. If you're driving a car and you never change the filter and it gets pulled out and you see what's blowing inside the car, you're wondering, ew. If you ever change the filter that's right there on your faucet, you know, that one tends to get forgotten. And it's been catching sediment and catching all kind of slime and gunk that is still coming through the pipes, no matter how clean the water is, right? Clean the water is. If you just turn, you know, take off that little part and you open it, you see, and it's like, oh, right? It's ill and it's been doing its job, but it would do a better job if you took time to even clean the filter. The filter cleans the water, but the filter needs to get cleaned as well. And who's going to clean it? You are, because you're conscious of it. You follow? So Kalima is, you know, really scary for a lot of people because she asks us to face death, to liberate ourselves from what we cling to as what is real. Then she says, once she's activated inside of you, There's no need for you to worry about anything that could potentially be in the way, because you will move forward. But your faith in that, matched with your work and the way you position yourself, you posture, has to come into alignment. How many of you have thought so strongly that my heart beats for it, so it must be true? How many of you have experienced that? Heart starts beating, thumping, butterflies. It must be true. How about the uglier side of it? My heart starts beating. It must be true. I'm talking like now you just are so sure something is going on. I know I'm not crazy, right? I know I'm not crazy. Something is going on. Somebody is planning something to get me, right? Same thing, heart just fluttering, right? How can you trust that instinct if you don't take the time to put it juxtaposed, right? Adjacent to facts, things that are real, things that you can see and touch. So while we're in the space of truth seeking, you want to create this space in between so that you don't act too quickly based off of a dirty filter. And then the cleaner you get, right, you're going to want to put something in place to protect the longevity of how clean you've become. The only way, I love this. I love this. Shirley said intuition. Okay. The reason why shadow work is so important, especially for us in the realm of spirituality and consciousness, is because things like intuition are thrown around so often as truth that some people aren't challenged to even face themselves to recognize that intuition has been more so a trigger of anxiety response, a paranoid response. Because some people, their intuition is telling them the same damn thing every single time, no matter what face is on it, no matter what reality is presented itself. And it gets confusing. So intuition is a very sacred gift that needs to continue to be cultivated. Another word I love, discernment. Master key visions, quiet and outside voices that are contrary to what is being revealed. The biggest thing and pain point for growing is that things will be changing from what you're used to. Because if you've changed your behavior, if you've changed from being combative every time something is going on, it doesn't matter what these people or situations are doing. Just know, if you've chosen to be different, the outcome is going to be different. So focusing on yourself and what you can control, what you can manage, is always going to be better for you while you're in a process. And choose during the time that you want to do shadow work, that you're going to up your level of self-care and lean more on, I'm going to create space for myself to go be quiet and process, rather than being in reacting, responsive to everyone as I feel like I owe them, I'm obligated to respond. Okay. So that you can fine tune intuition, which is aligned with discernment. I'm sitting with a situation has saved so many relationships, has saved dollars on poor investments, has saved contracts, has saved dollars again, meaning you receive more money because you sat with, how do I do this? Sometimes really great opportunities come our way, and because we're not used to it or we didn't plan for it, our intuition, right, with the dirty filter, it's not intuition, right? Our intuition will say, well, what's the catch? Something's trying to get me. But do you trust the work that you've been doing? And then even more so, not to be, reckless endangerment, but can you face things that are totally different from what you've experienced before and just jump in? Because some of you play it safe so much that you miss those opportunities to jump in. And then you ask yourself, why are things moving so slowly? But I'm sure you've heard that before. So I don't want to keep on repeating things that you've heard before. So yes, if what you need to do is to look at the ferociousness of Kalima, while you're all beautiful on the outside, but you are looking at Kalima and all of her fierceness, knowing that you can be both at the same time. You can be both beautiful on the outside and just fierce inside, just like, I'm freeing myself. I'm freeing myself. I'm freeing myself. I am freeing myself. I liberate myself from that. I release it. Okay? It's letting things wash over you. As you feel it, as you feel the pins and needles, let it wash over you. And so the two mantras that I want to give you, one for purifying what comes out of your mouth and your mind and how you touch. Okay? The purifying mantra. It's Om, Am, Om, At, SVAHA. Okay? You currently have a mantra discipline with terrain, with the Dark Lord. But what I want you to do is 108 of each of these. The next one is for protection. So that's for purification. The next one is RAKSHA, RAKSHA, Hum, PHAT, SVAHA. 108. What you clean, you want to protect. Okay? So you're going to be clearing and then protect your persons. As you become more electrified and more magnetic, you're going to put those two together. Okay? You can begin with those and then do your mantras. All right? We're getting closer to very thinning of the veil. Just this time, as it thins, I want you to be able to see more clearly of what you truly are, what you came to do. Okay? And absolutely, I want you to just fall deeply immersed in love with yourselves. We want to have more love. You got me? Any questions? Zoe, have any more questions? Cool. So take some of this to your journals, depth of vision. Okay. What do you see right now that has your attention? Who are you around? That you may be the sun shining, but no one can see you because whoever you're around is on the front lines, but you are the power in the back. And how do you maintain that sense of love for yourself and your power? That just because others cannot see the power that you're bringing, the light that you're bringing, that you don't have less value than the sun that's shining in everyone else's eyes. Take that piece and work on it. Got it? Good, 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 good. Peace, love, and bliss, my darlings. I will speak with you soon.